Hi guys, it's Evie again. I couldn't help but make a video today about this beautiful 29 activation that we're observing today due to this Mars-Jupiter opposition or mutual aspect. And it's giving a beautiful ping to what we talked about just like barely a week ago with the full moon and the connection to Atlantis, and we see it again, you guys. And I didn't know about that so until a couple of days ago, and so I looked into it, and oh my God, the more I looked, the more it was there, and beautiful activation also with Mars and Jupiter. So let's talk about that first. So today we have an exact opposition between Mars and Jupiter. So Mars is at 2952 Leo, and Jupiter is at 2952, the exact same degree, right? That's why we have an exact opposition today. Jupiter is going back to Aquarius. So first, as you may notice on this chart, Mars is moving forward. That's at least what we decided forward was. And Jupiter is what we called in retrograde. And so it had been in the sign of Aquarius at the beginning of the year, and then it moved into Pisces, which was all about your emotions. So your emotions might have felt like expanding the emotion, because that's what Jupiter does, right? It expands, it activates whatever is in front of it. So, or whatever sign it has, or whatever house, whatever you're looking into, right? And so there, Jupiter in Pisces was all about your emotions, and so you might have felt a lot of emotions in the past few months. So good news, now it's moving back into Aquarius, which is the beautiful era we are in right now, right? And that beautiful ping to Aquarius, to Atlantis, we're gonna see in a moment. So yeah, let's talk about why it's a 29 activation. So, well, today we're July 29th, first of all. Then the exact opposition is at 3 or whatever time it is in the world, still gonna be at 29 minutes, which I'm like, okay, the angels were like, hey, look at it, 29, and there's something there. Then Mars is at 29 Leo, and Jupiter is at 29 Aquarius. So that's a lot of 29, right? And so 29, we'll talk about the numbers a little bit later, but as far as the sign itself, each sign has 30 degrees, so 29 is the last degree of the sign. And so Mars is just about to leave Leo, and Jupiter, since he's going back, is just about to enter Aquarius. Well, I guess they're always leaving one sign and entering another one anyways, but that's the motion we're looking at today. And then, so the last full moon, we already had this connection with Atlantis and all that, right? We talked about in the last video. And the next full moon, guess what? Again at 29 degrees, and again in Leo and Aquarius, because the first one was at the very beginning of the sign, and the second one is going to be at the very end of the sign. And that in itself, having two full moon in 1 month or in one sign, is already, very rare. So that itself asks you to pay attention to what's going on. And we had all those beautiful activations, and then today, in between those full moons and even before the new moon, we're having this beautiful 29 activation. So, Mars in Leo. So if we look at today, because today Mars is still in Leo and Jupiter is just entered Aquarius. So that's giving us, Mars is giving us courage, is giving us an increased desire, a fuel, like a passion about, again, whatever we're putting our attention to. And then Jupiter, that's what we're putting our attention to, is retrograde in Aquarius. So that's review of beliefs, the expansion, new opportunities that enhance life. So all beautiful themes, right? Joy and good fortune by connecting to your heart and life purpose. So as I was writing those words, I couldn't help but laugh because just tiny commercial break. I mean, not really, but kind of. So I'm the creator of Own Your Freq channel, which we're gonna talk a tiny bit about at the end of the show. And we have 2 classes so far, one about joy and one about life purpose. So, I mean, I didn't do it on purpose, but I've always been guided, and then I discover even more, deeper reasons why and deeper meaning behind everything. And that's what happened when we're aligning with our own self and with the beautiful planets out there, because they're really, well, we have the blueprint of them. So if we're aligning with them, then our life gets much easier, right? And for instance, today, we know it's a good day to activate our expansion, and we know we're gonna be feeling, courage and fuel to do it. So it's a good day to start a new project. It's a good day to put yourself out there. So if the video comes a little late in the day, it's also been a busy day for you. But so that's today. And then, and one more bit about today, and today, that's the things about activation codes, right? It's not just today. It's an activation that either you knew about it or not. The activation happened. So take a breath. Even if you're watching this video in 3 days, you did not miss it. The planets were still shining their light upon you, and you might just discover what happened on this beautiful July 29th. So when you do look at numerology, 29 reduces to 11, and I particularly love this one because I shared last time, I have one of my numbers is 2, but that was the reduction of reduction, because that's my life number, 2911. So, or life purpose, one of those. And so I'm very familiar with it, and actually we did have an 11-11-11 portal on May 11th, which we talked about in one of our shows on Own Your Freq. And so 11, I mean, that's a beautiful, beautiful activation code. That 11 is a portal, right? 1 is your connection between heaven and earth. And when you have the 11, you have the double connection. And 11 symbolizes your intuition, your inspiration, new beginnings. And when you have the 2 together, it also symbolizes collaboration. And it's a master number, right? So it's a very powerful number that's aligning you, creating this portal between Earth, yeah. Sometimes we don't know where Earth is, and heaven, and really connecting you to your higher self, to your higher purpose, to your mission to others too, because as you connect to your own heart, you are also more able to connect to other people. And again, the double one symbolizes also other, the 11th house in astrology is the relation, well, not relationship with your family, but like relationship as far as the world and you and how you're impacting the world, right? So beautiful 11 activation again, double activation between the 29 and the 11, and so that's very exciting. And then I think I talk about it on the next slide, but why not? So I'm gonna go back. Sorry, I wanted to put one more thing about because to me that's very exciting, because Mars in Leo is all about the ego, right? Which is where we go back to the fallen Atlantis as well. But Leo is all about power, is all about shining. So the shadow side of Leo is gonna be the ego, right? And Mars, about the passion, is fueling, as we talked about. And then it's also, the shadow side about being reactive, being aggressive. So those two don't really mix together. If you have an aggressive ego, it's not the best place to be at. So to me, the fact that today is the very last day of Mars in Leo is very exciting. We're gonna see a bit less ego fights in the world, and then Jupiter is gonna be in Aquarius until the end of December, which is very interesting. It's exactly the 5 months. Day to day, 28th of December. So it's gonna be a beautiful transition through Aquarius, and we're gonna have some time to enjoy it. And since it's retrograde, it's gonna be a little bit of review too. So maybe like reviewing, how you create your abundance, reviewing, redesigning maybe your offers or coming out. But generally, retrograde, I have something to review, but that's also very true for Mercury retrograde. Jupiter with the abundance, I see it more as reviewing how you create your abundance, or what makes you feel abundant, what makes you feel growing. So then, too fast. So we have why back to Atlantis. We did cover a little bit of it in the last video, so I don't want to do a repeat for the ones who've already watched it, but we took a fun segue into dimensions. So if you want to watch it, it's on the same YouTube channel. And so like the last and the next full moon, we do have the Leo Jupiter opposition. Sorry, see, I meant the Leo Aquarius opposition. Sorry, I did that late last night. Because just real quick, Atlantis, at the moment of the fall of Atlantis, we were entering Leo, the ego world, right? And now we're in Aquarius, which is exactly 180 degrees apart, as we've just seen with the Mars-Jupiter opposition. So to me, that's a ping that it is time to go, as I've shared last week, and then we have another ping just not even a week later. So I think they're really saying, yes, it is time. And yes, so Mars leaving Leo is the death of the ego, and as we just talked about, and then Jupiter retrograde in Aquarius. To me, it's really, we just entered the Aquarius age, right? And so we've been talking about it since the beginning of the year with the Great Conjunction at first, being a first, and then we've had all those beautiful activations throughout the year, and now the moon is like, yep, it is time, you're really into it now, you've been into it for a few months. What's up? What are you gonna create? So that's what I had to share with you today. I hope it's useful to you. I hope you feel the love, joy, and abundance of Jupiter. And yeah, I think it's a very exciting time. Both with the death of the ego, the expansion in the Aquarius age, and with tuning in to our life purpose and to what we came here to be. So if you know of us, if you don't know of us, I guess we do have on Your Freq channel with a few shows a month, a spotlight show and a coaching show. And our last spotlight show, I talked about the story of creation with the flower of life. So we looked at the flower of life and how the story of creation was encoded into it. So it was fun. And that's just one of our fun shows. We have about 10 shows right now. So, they're all free. So you're welcome to go check it out. You can go straight to ownyourfreq.com as I've shown right here. Or I also put the link straight to the last spotlight show. And so that's all free, and I'm just going to be completely transparent because I'm not all about those selling tactics or whatever. What we do when we have a spotlight, we spotlight somebody, and then, that gives you a nice over an hour time with them. And then if you like them, we have very affordable classes that you can opt in to do with them, and they're $88. So we're keeping them very, as affordable as we can, and they are worth so much more, you guys. I have been the lucky one recording them. My class is upcoming, but we've had first Maggie's class about your being on purpose and finding your life purpose, and first knowing that you are here on earth on purpose. Everybody is. There's no exception. And if you're watching this, I think you're being called to link with your purpose if you haven't done so yet. And then we've had a beautiful class with Trisha about joy, and so much more than joy. Again, it's so packed, you guys, with amazing tools to use energy, to apply the energy, so you can be the master of your own life and, do what you came here to be. But you can't do that if you're feeling like crap, let's be honest. So, you need to first get yourself nice and happy, and then you can shine your light. So if you're in need of, a little boost, we're here for you. And if not, that's perfectly fine. We love you all the same. And my upcoming class is it's going to be spiraling in the flower of life, a journey into sacred geometry, consciousness, and creation. So I'm very excited about it. I'll put a link to it as well. And it's gonna be all about we're gonna start with the flower of life, but we're gonna incorporate dimensions and chakras and astrology tips and numerology and light and spirals, and see how it's all connected together in the flower of life and really in life itself. in a nutshell. Okay, I love you all. Thank you for watching. If you've stayed that far, I really appreciate it. And I really send you so much love. I hope you feel it. And I hope you know your own purpose and that you are here on Earth for many, many, many reasons. And if you don't know that yet, please come check us out, or find somebody else, but find somebody that can show you that you are. Okay? Okay, I love you all, and I'll see you soon. I mean, again, probably at the new moon, but who knows? The universe is so exciting right now, there might be another activation before. Okay, bye for now.